Ho 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 everyone and welcome to the Joking Dolphin Gaming Pod. I'm Mark and as always I'm joined by Matthew.
Hello, everyone.
And Nathan.
Good day, everybody.
How are we feeling? It's the festive season again.
I just can't believe it's the week before Christmas. It just seems to have gone so quickly.
It has.
This year's flown by.
As is the past 3 years roughly.
I don't know. I felt like the first year was fairly slow initially.
So quick for me.
Because your days were still kind of normalish, whereas like everyone else was stuck inside.
Yeah, maybe that's true because I started to go out.
Plus, they do say time goes faster as you get older, so there's that.
No.
Yeah, I can attest to that. But could we have a white Christmas, do you think?
No.
Speculation. I mean, there's been a bit of snow and it's ice here at the moment, which is quite unusual.
True. No, that is true. I do feel like this year it's gone to the minus degrees far sooner and for longer than I've known it.
Yeah, particularly around this time. Did you know when the last White Christmas was in the UK?
Oh, we had this on a quiz at work.
Was it 2011?
You're close.
Oh, was it 2010?
Yes.
Yeah.
But actually, technically, we had one last year, according to the Met Office. Yeah.
Well, because we had like 4 flakes.
Yeah, because technically to get a White Christmas, you only have to have one snowflake fall in the UK in 24-hour period on Christmas Day.
Fair enough.
That's the official term, which I think is absolute nonsense. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I just want to see white snow everywhere. That's what it's classed as.
That's it. If I don't have a white Christmas, it didn't happen.
Exactly. If you don't see it, it didn't happen. But as with the Christmas tradition, I brought a Christmas joke.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman?
Go on.
Snowballs. Right. Let's go.
Oh.
I thought some of my jokes were bad.
Okay, shall we kick off with the news then? Because we had the Game Awards.
We did.
Yep. Yes, we
The
did.
winners came along, took the awards home, and then we made predictions as well. Didn't we?
That we did.
We
Wrong
did.
prediction.
Yeah.
Well,
Some
Oh,
right, some wrong.
You win some, you lose some. So shall we go through the winners first?
yeah,
See
let's
what
do
we
it.
had. Okay. So we had best game direction was Elden Ring. The best narrative was God of War Ragnarok. Best art direction was Elden Ring. Best score and music was Bear McCreary for God of War Ragnarok. Best audio design was for God of War Ragnarok. Best performance was Christopher Judge for God of War Ragnarok. Games for Impact was As Dusk Falls. Best ongoing, Final Fantasy XIV. Best indie, Stray. Best debut indie, Stray. Best mobile game, Marvel Snap. Best community support, Final Fantasy XIV. Innovation and accessibility, God of War Ragnarok. Best VR/AR, Moss Book 2. Best action game was Bayonetta 3. Best action adventure, God of War Ragnarok. Best role playing, Elden Ring. Best fighting, Multiverses. Best family, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Best sim and strategy, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Best sports/racing, Gran Turismo 7. Best multiplayer, Splatoon 3. Best adaptation was Arcane League of Legends. And most anticipated game was The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And the big one, Game of the Year, Elden Ring.
Is that
Any shocks
disappointing?
in there?
No car for me.
Exactly. I was jumping for joy when that happens. It's like no car for Nathan. Maybe next year, because I'll probably say something stupid then. Any shock surprises or anything like that, or do you think it just kind of went how you thought?
Pretty much how I thought, to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed that Cyberpunk Edge Runners didn't win best adaptation.
I think that was the most surprising one for me. I think, but I've never seen Arcane, so I don't know.
I don't think I was surprised at that one because I heard like Arcane got like pretty much almost perfect scores all around for its adaptation. So I was like,
fair enough.
Yeah, I can see how Arcane won it. I'm
just glad Uncharted didn't win it.
Yeah,
that'd have been a fix. That.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, the one disappointment in the it's not the audio design. The other one is it soundtrack one, music. Sorry,
score
music. I was disappointed that at least a wider nomination for Sonic Frontiers. Because, like, I've been playing that game, and like, the soundtrack's amazing to me. It's like one of the best Sonic soundtracks I've ever listened to.
I did hear about that online. A lot of people thought that was a bit of a snub.
Did you see the little fanboying war over the players' pick of the year?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my god, there was a massive war going on. Basically, I think there was Stray, there was God of War, there was Elden Ring, there was Genshin Impact.
Oh,
there might have been a fifth one, and then there was Sonic Frontiers. And like you have to vote through rounds, and whoever gets like the least votes gets like knocked out until you get to like the final.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 or 5 or something. Apparently, there was just a war between Genshin Impact fans and Sonic Frontier fans voting against each other. Genshin eventually won it. I was disappointed.
And this is why awards should never be determined by the public. But shall we get on to the predictions? Results. So, in third place, with 7, it's Nathan.
Oh, no.
One day, Nathan. You're going to do this.
I always feel bad for Nathan. Like, you end up benching last in everyone. I feel
he follows his heart. That's the thing.
No, he does.
That's why I picked Stray for Game of the Year.
Yeah, that's it.
I do admire the commitment to personal choice.
You can't argue with that. In second place, it's Matthew with 9.
I had a funny feeling.
And I was the winner with 16.
16?
Yeah. I know, I was shocked when I saw that.
You had as much as me and Matt put together.
Yeah.
Well, the honour and glory goes to Mark.
Against God of War.
So, did you actually watch the ceremony?
I didn't watch it all. I've watched parts though. Well, when I woke up the day after, I watched the infamous part that happened during the Game of the Year speech.
I saw that.
That's the first thing I saw.
For anybody who doesn't know what happened, when Elden Ring won Best Game, Miyazaki got up, had a little speech, as you expect, and then when it was actually in the crowd, this little kid just like got into the back of their
entourage
group. Yeah, entourage. That's it. And they just got up on stage, and everyone. I don't think anyone paid any attention. Like everyone was just like fine with it, weren't they? They just thought, oh, maybe he's just a helper.
Maybe he's just
helper or something. Yeah. And then just at the end of Miyazaki's speech, he just stepped up to the mic, didn't he? And he said this, and I quote: "I think I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody." What?
And then the security came and dragged him off the stage.
You see towards the end of the stream, there's like security like starting to make their way to him. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, very peculiar. Have you seen that Bill Clinton has actually been modded into Elden Ring now?
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Somebody had to do that, didn't they? Did you see Phil Spencer as well there?
Yeah.
He didn't look happy.
He was not pleased.
No, he did. Because Jeff mentioned him in the intro bit, and it was just he's just stony faced, Phil Spencer. But I think it was because this was after the Federal Trade Commission were trying to block the Activision deal. So I think he just weren't happy, to be honest. He just weren't in the mood to be named at the start. But yeah, I've never seen him like
that. That much like Xbox stuff on the night.
No, there wasn't, was there? So. Shall we talk about some of the trailers, things that got shown off there?
Yeah. There's tons of stuff to see.
And I'd like to talk about one that I saw in the kickoff show thing.
Yeah.
And that was one called Viewfinder. I don't know if you saw this.
Was that the one where you had to make pictures to advance and a puzzle game?
Yeah, so it was like an intriguing puzzle game which kind of reminded me of Superliminal and Maquette games like that, where you look at like photos and images and use perspective to then move about in the puzzle. Now, I'm sort of a big fan of those sorts of mind-bending puzzles, so I'll be looking out for that one. Yeah,
it did look quite good. I just watched the trailer for that one, and when it got to the end, I was like, I cannot read what the name of that game is because of these certain weird characters. But I'm glad you've told me what it is now, so I can look out for it.
No, I know what it is.
It's called Viewfinder.
I think this was... I can't remember whether this got revealed in the kickoff as well, or it might be like one of the first things they showed off once we got into the main show. The DLC crossover between Dead Cells and Castlevania caught my interest.
I've never played either, so I don't know.
Oh, Dead Cells is essentially like a 2D scrolling kind of rogue light. One of those, you've got one life, you have to do as much as you can, and then if you die, you kind of start over, but you keep certain stats, so you...
Not the other one that got showed off.
No, true.
I'm sure we'll get onto that.
There was another one at some point. But no, I really enjoyed Dead Cells. I've played quite a bit of it and really enjoyed it. So to hear that they're having a crossover with like the original series that started that kind of, I suppose, genre of Castlevania, I'm very happy about. Plus, just like, we're getting something new, Castlevania. Yeah. Do something, Konami.
It's Konami, isn't it? Good luck. I think for me, one of the nice bits was we found out that Horizon Call the Mountain is going to be a launch title for PSVR 2. So when I inevitably get that,
I thought we already knew that, didn't we?
I might have, but I forgot.
I thought it would be.
Because surely I would have thought that would have been the big selling point as to reason to buy it. I suspect it's going to be bundled with a lot of them in it.
Oh yeah, there'll be definitely a bundle there.
Just a side note to that. I think this wasn't at the award show, but Capcom confirmed that Resident Evil Village's VR mode is going to be at launch as well.
Yeah, so might skip that one.
One for you, Nathan.
Hey, shall stream it? I'll give up after 45 minutes.
It's not as scary as 7. You'll be fine.
I've not played 7.
Good. Then you'll play 8 now.
Well, shall we get on to the other rogue one then? Hades 2.
Yes.
Yeah. That came out of left field, I think. Happily surprised though. I've not completed Hades yet, but I still enjoy it.
I'm never going to complete it.
No, I'm
just not good
enough. Around to it. I'm sure.
If anyone's going to finish it, it's going to be Matt.
Yeah. He's the best at the games out of all of us, I think.
Yeah. I think you've probably put most time into it as well, haven't you?
More than likely, between playing on the Switch and on the PS4. I'll get that eventually.
So it seems to have like the same gameplay as artistic style as the last game. And you play as a new heroine called Melanoi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Who's the princess of the underworld. And she is Hades' daughter and the sister of Zagreus, who was the protagonist from the first game. And the villain is Kronos, the title of time, and he is Hades' father. But it's coming to early access on Steam and Epic Store.
I'm not surprised at that one, because that's what they did with the first one and how they kind of refined it.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm not shocked about that. I expect Hades 2 to come out on like consoles probably like a year after.
I don't know. I think they did mention they did put the console logos at the end of that trailer. I would suspect they're probably doing them all at the same time this time. I don't know.
It'd be nice if they could.
Yeah, I think it would be. Well, say that I'm not going to pick it up because I still can't finish the first one. But, yeah.
I would say that there was a nice bit in about halfway through when we got to see sort of a new look for Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
This was I won't say pleasant.
It wasn't pleasant, but it was.
It was a poignant.
Yeah,
it was a poignant surprise.
Almost a little bit like bittersweet. So, we're finding out that like you'll be fighting Batman at some point in Arkham Asylum, it seems, maybe a recreation of it. I think in Metropolis. But the nice surprise was that it's going to be the last performance from the late Kevin Conroy. Iconic voice of Kevin one last time. I think it would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be a nice end to his... I mean, it's so prolific in his achievements with that character. That it's just a nice little surprise, I think. And I think a farewell, really, isn't it? You know, when we play that game. It's going to be sad hearing that for the last time. I just hope it's a good game. But with it being Rocksteady,
yeah,
I'm going to presume
they've got pedigree, so
yeah, they know what they're doing. What did you think to Judas? So this is,
Curious, yeah.
so this is like the first game by Ghost Story Games, which is led by Ken Levine of Bioshock
Yeah.
fame. And
Yeah.
the fingerprints of those games are all over this, weren't they?
Oh yeah, you could tell this was from a team who's with Bioshock.
It's like graphical style, tone, weaponry. You could probably mistake it for thinking it's the next Bioshock.
Well, I thought it was when I first saw it. Like, as the flames went into the handle, like, is this new Bioshock?
So apparently you play as the title character, Judas, a woman trying to survive on a damaged spaceship. That's all we know. But no, it looked intriguing. Looks a bit dark though. But saying that, I think the first Bioshock was wasn't it? So
I think all the Bioshocks have been pretty dark. No, I'd like to see more of it. I think getting a new Bioshock clone is never a bad thing. What was your first thoughts? Now, bear in mind the game's not been revealed, but when a certain animal decides to crash the awards, we think? Well, pun intended, I suppose. That what do we think this was going to be before it inevitably turned to something a bit disappointing for me?
I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be, to be honest.
No,
I didn't have a preconception when he turned up, and then all these jokes just fell flat.
Yeah. And then I think the announcement was about as flat as his jokes as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? It's a 4v4
Crash Team Rumble.
Is it like it's essentially their take on
Overwatch? That's what I thought.
I thought it was more like League of Legends. And some like Pokemon Unite as well.
It's because it's just Activision, so instantly I just went
Overwatch. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it looked quite fun, actually.
That's one of us, I suppose, at least.
I'll give it a go.
That microtransaction-laden game. It's going to be, I'm telling you. It's going to be costumes galore.
You'll have to put 40,000 hours into a lot of Crash.
Because it even said, like, Rise as a Hero or something like that, didn't it? It's just like, Overwatch alerts. Ding dong. Alarm bells ringing. Not touching that with a barge pole.
I'll get it on launch for all of us, don't worry. I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, you can do that.
Sorry, we only play FIFA anyway, so
yeah, that's true.
We'll play together anyway,
so. I've got a pile of games that specifically we've talked about and wanting to play. It's nearly as big as the pile
all
of
these
games
were like,
that is the true pile of shame.
Yeah, we got to see a bit more about Forspoken, and they mentioned that there was a demo available that I downloaded. So I'll talk about that a little bit more later, but it's quite good. I'm enjoying it so far. The world is a little bit barren, but I mean, it's only a demo, and they can't give you everything. But the traversal's good, and you do feel powerful when you use your spells, so I like that.
Speaking of powers, should we move on to one of the big ones? Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I really like the look of this.
Did look good, didn't it? Did look a bit alright.
I liked the riding on the cruise ship thing.
Yeah.
And the flying with the birds.
Yeah, they were pretty good. So it looks like you got.
It reminded me a little bit of Horizon, actually.
So you return to Cal Kestis. You've got the trusty BD1 by your side here.
Yes.
I did like some of his force pull powers. I like that one way he pulled that stormtrooper who had the blaster.
Oh, it was like
good on him, and then just turn him around and start firing him at other ones. That was quite funny.
Well, yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in this one. Like, they seem to be incorporating more with the dual lightsabers as well. I think.
Yeah. So
we're doing more with those. At one point, I think you also had a grapple hook. I think he was
he leapt off a ledge and then used a grapple hook to swing. Oh, pretty good. And then he slid down a wall with a lightsaber in, didn't he?
That was cool. I like the look at that. That looked pretty cool.
And it looked like you had an ally in a battle as well.
Yeah, at some point he did like a double team move. It reminded me of like Arkham Knight, actually. You do those like duo moves.
Yeah. And there's a bit where he was holding a crossblade lightsaber as well.
Oh yes, very Kylo Ren.
And that releases on March the 17th. So not too long to go. About 3 months.
Just to make that time even more stacked.
We did get a bit of a cameo as well from the actor, didn't we?
Yep. I forgot his name, but yes.
You know what? Whenever I see him, I still just remember him playing in Joker in Gotham.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm just like, yeah, he's the Joker. Now he's a Jedi. Like, what a career twist.
But he was very positive on the game. I mean, as you probably expect if you're working out.
You would be. Got some decent lifesaver moves. I'll give him that. He knows how to twirl it. He's been learning from Mr. Hain. Yeah.
Didn't smack the camera with it.
No, that's good. I did fear when he went for a stab, though.
Yeah.
Like, whoa!
Just pokes the camera back.
Yeah. Ooh, Phantom Library. Liberty, sorry. Library. Phantom
Library?
Yeah. Hey, it can work. It can work, you know. Yeah. We've had Phantom Hourglass before in the game.
Yes, this is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Yes.
Yeah, this was quite a nice reveal.
Yeah, Mr. Elba's going to be in it.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
There's a character called Solomon Reed.
He seems to be playing like is it like an officer or something? Was it?
It says an agent of some kind.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember it, but yeah. Oh, love a bit of Idris. Keanu and Idris in the same things. Nice.
You know what? I need some Knuckles Easter eggs if he's coming.
Okay, what about the weird one? We knew he was going to be there, Mr. Hideo Kojima.
We got this absolutely wrong, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we thought it was going to be Overdose, didn't we? But no. Well, they say that. Well, actually, they only referred it as DS2, didn't they?
Yeah,
they never said Death Stranding 2. So,
but it's quite obviously in that world. So, I guess we'll see. Because I did notice if you go back and look on YouTube at that, it says Death Stranding 2 working title. So that might change.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Maybe it could end up being known as Overdose still.
Now, have either of you played Death Stranding? I think you've played a bit of it, haven't you?
I dabbled in it for a couple of hours, and to be honest, I got a bit bored.
That's not surprising. That's the way it is. Sometimes it is.
I got to chapter 3, I think, and that's where I stopped.
Is that where it opens up? I think.
Yeah, I think I got to the point where it starts to open up, and then I was like, yeah, I'll come back to this at some point.
To be honest, I did complete it, and I still didn't really understand what the heck was going on, because that's just the way it is. But it looks like Leia Sedu's character returns, and she's on the run with a BB at the beginning, by the looks of it. And she got shot at whilst trying to ride on a fantastic one-wheeled motorcycle. I did like that.
That was fancy.
That was great. I hope we get to ride them in the next one. But then she got shot off it, and then some weird stuff happened where there's flames everywhere, and then she collapsed. And then it's basically just a load of weird things happened, didn't there?
I mean, it's classic Hideo Kojima.
Norman Reedus came back. Although we already knew that because he spilled the beans ages ago.
Nah. I love that tweet where he's like, he's going to go all Walking Dead on him.
Yeah.
Lucille.
But he's told Norman he was looking a bit grey in the game.
So I'm sure that's spoilers from the last game somehow.
If there is, I didn't pick it up. But a lot of it, I can't remember, so I don't know. But yeah, so then this big machine thing came out of this black lake, didn't it? And it said drawbridge on the side. And Leia Sedu's character said, "Come with my crew, Sam. It's time to hit the road and start a new journey." I'm quite intrigued about how the game's going to play in this one. Because I'd be surprised if if you're doing the walking continually. That's why I'm a bit hopeful about this bike thing.
I could see it as like Kojima's kind of overall vision that he wanted for Metal Gear Solid 5, like a proper open world style Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being, areas, having like a full world open.
Yeah.
Being a bit more combat.
And there was an interesting song played in the background as well, which is BB's theme, new version, which I think was sung by Troy Baker, I think. Well, he was in it. Because he was in the first game.
Sounded like his voice.
Well, it said in the corner, the thingy, BB's theme performed by Ludwig something, Vassal or something like that. I can't quite remember. Featuring Troy Baker.
Okay. Well, he's going to be in it, isn't it? Because it was shown off.
Well, it's a bit interesting because I can't, unless I'm just misremembering, but he was in the first game. And if he's playing the character who's in that's a different character.
Okay.
Because there's that weird dude with the red mask, weren't there? Playing the guitar.
Yeah, that.
It was insinuating that he'd be playing him, but whether that's actually true, I don't know. Because in the first game, you played a different character.
Well, I've actually read so apparently that the outline of the mask is actually reminiscent of actress that was in the first game character.
Oh, okay.
But whether it's her or if it's just like whoever Troy Baker's character is like wearing it as like almost like a taunt sort of thing.
Yeah. I think there might be some misdirection going on there. I'm not sure if he's playing that person.
There's always misdirection, isn't there?
Yeah. Because there was a bit where he went to pull off his mask and that's when the trailer ended.
Nice guitar.
Yeah, very cool. Then there was a tagline that said, "Should we have connected?" So, you see that really weird bit where he's holding the BB container, and then suddenly just turns into an octopus. It's like, that's Kojima all round, isn't it?
I was expecting like a monster can to come out.
Yeah, don't get started on that. I wonder.
Hey, I'd be happy more sponsorship for my football team because we're sponsored with them now.
Yeah. Did you see so after the trailer? Did you see the chat Jeff had with Hideo on stage?
I did not know.
So basically, he said that he'd written the whole story of this before the pandemic, and then the pandemic happened, and he scrapped the whole thing and just rewrote it all.
Oh wow!
Again, yeah. And jokingly,
I'm actually not surprised. I wonder if there's like maybe some sensitive stuff that he would have written because of the pandemic, maybe.
Well, jokingly, he also said that he didn't want to predict any more futures, so that's why we wrote.
Oh wow! Do you know what? I wanted to bring that out in a few years.
Yeah.
There's like Death Stranding 1.5, the untold story.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
cool.
feel like this is going all the way back to like Metal Gear Solid 2. He's been predicting.
You can imagine writing something as complicated as he normally would, and they just decided, nah, get rid of all that. Just do something completely different.
Well, knowing him, he probably does that every week.
Probably.
But no, I'm intrigued by that one. As I say, I completed the first one. Didn't know what was going on, but I did enjoy it. So I'll probably buy this one. Although I've got to get back on the director's cut of the first one. Just see the little extras. Because I've not been on that yet.
You know what?
You know, like the racing and all that were on it.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Funny enough, I was actually looking at this yesterday because I was like, I kind of want to get back to Death Stranding, but if I'm going to play it now, it's going to have to be like the PS5 version. But there isn't like unless I need to put my disc in or something because I've got the physical edition. But I didn't see like a cheaper upgrade option. Or was there never?
Did you have to buy it? I can't remember how it works now.
I'm gonna have to throw disc back.
But I've got a physical edition as well.
Okay. It might be one of those where you have to have the disc in and the game actually installed for you to like get the option to see the upgrade version. Sony doesn't make upgrading to the next gen versions easy like Xbox does.
No. But no, I'm intrigued about that one.
Hmm.
No overdose though. No overdose. What's happening there?
I wonder if that's still a new game that he's working on. And he's just not ready to show it off yet.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he is. It'll come. Because he's been wanted to do this horror game for ages, hasn't he? And he wanted to get involved in all this cloud gaming stuff.
Yeah, he's got that deal with Microsoft.
Maybe that's why it went shown off, because I don't think Microsoft had much involvement in this at all, did they?
Yeah, might be why Phil was so annoyed.
Yeah. Why did he turn up there?
I can't remember anything that really was like purely Xbox focused. There's nothing.
I don't think there was. But should we talk about a game that we all like? Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh,
yeah.
Burning Shores.
Yeah.
So Aloy goes to Hollywood.
Oh.
Yeah, selling out. No, but she flew past the observatory, didn't she? That was that. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was the Capitol Records building as well that she went past. And then, of course, the Hollywood sign. And then, dare I say, a big, massive robotic spider, was it? Destroyed
Oh, well, I'm not playing this game.
Yeah,
was it a spider? I don't know.
I think it was one of them, like, giant ones that you kind of get inside of.
Oh, yes. Yes. You might be right.
Oh, the one at the... Yeah, you do it in the first game, don't you?
Yeah, but that destroys the Hollywood sign, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rude.
I'd be... do you know what I'm going to do when eventually get that expansion? I'm going to find all the GTA spots.
The GTAs.
in this dystopian future.
Oh, but more Horizon is good to look forward to. What about the Transformers game? Transformers Reactivate. What do you think of this? I can't remember it.
I can't remember that.
I'm trying to remember it because I don't think there was much to it, was there?
It looks surprisingly bleak and dark. So you're used to seeing like upbeat Transformers stuff, particularly in video games, I think.
Did you not watch the Michael Bay films?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, not the later ones, anyway.
Please don't,
because they were crap. But anyway, there was like some sort of alien invasion going on, and then it showed up like a bunch of mercenaries or group of people or something, and they were, I presume, they were fixing up Bumblebee. It looked like Bumblebee because you were looking through their Bumblebee's eyes, and it was like a yellow arm, so I presume it's Bumblebee. So yeah, apart from that, and having an alien invasion, it looks bleak. So interesting.
I know it's co-op, isn't it? I think.
I don't know. Is it?
I believe so. I saw a tile. I saw something about it. They're saying there's going to be like a co-op action game. So if it's anything like the little Cybertron series that I forgot who made, but they were quite solid third-person co-op games.
Yeah.
No, I think it was like War for Cybertron and
I've played one of them, but I can't remember which one.
Something for Cybertron, something like that. It was based on like the whole fire on Cybertron, before it blows. Spoilers if you've never watched Transformers.
Things blow up. Let's just transform.
No, true, they do. No, but it's cool because like I think in those games you had like two modes. You could like your standard kind of robot mode, fire and shoot, and then you could go into like the robot's vehicle mode as well. So like if you were flying, you could fly around, hover, shoot and stuff, or get into cars or trucks and stuff. It was cool.
No gameplay for this one though.
No.
Listen, guys, I always look at CG trailers with just like critical eye. It's just like, is this actually going to be decent? I mean, I guess that's the whole point of the trailers, though, isn't it? It's to try and hype you up without actually showing you anything about the actual product, which is sad annoying.
Pretty much.
Could be worse. It could be Metroid 4 and just have a picture, and that's it.
That's what I did for Bayonetta 3 as well originally. It was just the logo and that was it. But it is out, so fair play to them.
I'll tell you what, a big surprise for me though, that I really like the look of.
Is that Rocky City?
Yeah, crime boss Rocky City. So
I was quite intrigued by it.
Yeah, so this looked like it was a first-person shooter set in the criminal underworld of the 90s Florida, isn't it? And it seemed to be going for like a Vice City vibe. That looks of it.
It did feel like it, didn't it?
There's some fairly big names in there as well. So you got Michael Madsen, Kim Basinger, Damien Poitier, Danny Trejo, Danny Glover, Michael Rooker, Vanilla Ice, and Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris was just like out of nowhere. I was like, what? Chuck Norris?
And just kicks the camera. I really like the look at that one. Looks cool. And I like cool games. That comes out end of March. Is that the it's the new February, isn't it?
Oh no.
March 28th. That
one. I think one of my surprises. One that does have my interest is Armored Core 6.
Right. Before you talk about the actual game, did you see Jeff's introduction to this?
He looked like he was about to cry.
Yes.
He was like close to tears about it.
I don't know what was wrong with him. He's like, do you know like where a child is like so excited that they're going to be on the verge of tears? That's kind of that's how he was. I didn't understand it, to be honest. But,
I feel like Armored Core has like a soft spot for like everyone who loves just mechs and shooting giant robots, basically.
Yeah, I do remember playing one of them when I was younger, but I can't remember which one it was. So
yeah, I feel like I did the same as well. It was I think it was on Xbox.
Well, I think it was only a demo I had, but I never played an actual game.
Well, no,
it was
I
alright.
really liked the trailer for it. I was surprised that it's going to be from Software though.
Haven't they always done it? I thought that was always their thing. Didn't they always do
Oh, maybe they could have, yeah.
But they have said it won't be like Souls like.
No, it's not going to be like a Souls game and throw mechs in. It's going to be obviously its own thing. I imagine close to what the last game was like. I don't know how long it's been.
So. It's been I think it was 2013. I want to say last one. So or 2012. It's about 10 years since the last one apparently.
Right.
So it looks like there's a world in flames, and basically just fighting robots, aren't they? It does have like a very Terminator-esque feel to it, I think.
Yeah.
In that all Armored Core games, though?
It probably is.
Probably,
I don't know.
yeah.
I've never really played any of them, but
I think I remember playing one on PS1, maybe. But I don't know whether it was.
They are quite similar to another series called Mech Warrior.
Oh, it could be that one, because it was like mechs shooting other mechs, but eventually I managed to get this cowboy hat, so I'm not sure if it was that or not.
Okay, well, probably not Mech Warrior then, 'cause it's a little bit more serious than that. I would say Armored Core is probably like somewhere stuck between Mech Warrior and Gundam.
Okay.
But I think they move a little more quicker than Mech Warrior ones. Mech Warriors, you really feel like the big weight of how big the robots are. So.
By the way, this was called Armor Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. And Rubicon's the name of the planet. Yeah.
Ah, right, not the drink.
The drink may have come from the planet. I don't know.
It's like a delicious mango drink.
Orange is best.
That's coming out next year, apparently. I guess that was it for the Game Awards. So shall we move on to our PlayStation wrap-ups? It's that time again. Let's see what we've been playing and for how long. Are we going to do the traditional top trumps?
Yeah, we can do.
Who's got the most?
Yeah.
Okay, shall I kick off?
Go on then, Mark.
Okay, so we're starting with total hours.
Yep.
So mine, in 2022, you have played 856 hours.
I'll go next. I played 658 hours.
And I played 1,138 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's insane. That's more than 3 hours a day.
Hey, that's average. That's healthy.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Well. So this is the breakdown of your time between the PS5 and the PS4 titles, not the console. So I spent 709 hours of my PS5 playtime, which is 82.8% of my total playtime.
Yeah. Mine on that one was 622 hours and 94.5% my time on the PS5.
Wow. Mine was 756 hours on the PS5 titles, which equated to 66.4%.
And my PS4 one was 147 hours, which is 17.2%.
Mine was 36 hours at 5.5%.
That's it. They're doing away with the PS4.
You've gone proper new gen. Mine was 382 hours, which equated to 33.6%.
You're destroying his and all.
You've got a right split there.
I'd love to know what it might be, because I know this year I played a lot of Yakuza. I wonder if that's where it's coming from.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. So now we've got hours played locally. I've got 657.
I've got 559.
And I have 876.
Clean sweep from my year. Hours played online. I'm disappointed. 199. I just needed one more.
Really?
Give me that for 200.
I've got 99.
Oh,
I've got 260.
let's just get on FIFA for an hour then.
Yeah, that's it. Push it over edge.
Sorry, what did you have?
262 was mine.
262. I thought yours might be bigger than that. Because you're on Modern Warfare and all that. CODs. I thought you would push that, especially more than me.
Well, clearly I've played a lot of single-player games this
year.
Yeah. Maybe.
So got total number of days played, 241.
Finally, something I can do well at. Right, 274.
Ooh, close.
Matt, 365.
No.
I think I had that last year, actually.
I had at least two weeks off of 14, 15 days, so 300. No, I'm just kidding. 284. So you're only 10 days behind me, actually.
It's because I at least play for 15 minutes a day when I have a game of FIFA before I start work.
Okay. Hours spent in PlayStation VR. 0. I think that's going to be the same for everyone, I'm guessing.
My total is 12.
Lies.
Wow.
Yeah, it's lies. It's 0, really.
I was like,
there's no way you've spent 12 hours.
I've got 20. No, I've got 0 as well.
And then we've got these community statistics then were for Horizon Forbidden West.
Which I was not involved in.
At least me and Mark helped.
Yeah. We helped fell 14 million Thunderjaws single-handedly.
Yeah.
168,000 hours spent in 4 more.
I don't think I ever used photo mode
Me neither.
in it, or very rarely.
I think I'll always use it once in a game, and if I like it, then I'll start using it, because like I loved it in Spider-Man games. So.
For me, it just breaks up the gameplay too much, because I end up like spending too much just stopping and trying to find a photo rather than just playing the game. Yeah. Okay, so we move on to the next section.
Yep.
Which
Top
section's that?
games.
Yes, top games. We'll go with top games.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2022, I played 72 games.
Plumbing heck.
Wow.
I played 30.
I only played 49.
So we get into the top 5 games. Should we start with number 5 and work his way up?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, sure.
So my number 5, which was 6% of my game time, with 58 hours logged, was Far Cry 6.
Interesting.
That's one.
That was a bit of a surprise for me. But I did play a lot of that with my brother. We played that co-op.
Yeah.
So that might explain that.
So my number 5, with 26 hours logged and 3% of my gameplay, was Horizon Forbidden West.
Ooh, nice.
Very good. So my number 5 at 6% total play time with 72 hours logged has been Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
I'm not surprised.
Had to be on there, didn't it?
It's snuck in.
I was expecting it to be higher. So I'm intrigued.
Well, we'll see.
So
we'll see
Okay.
what comes higher.
Okay. So my number 4, with 76 hours logged and 8% on my total playtime, God of War Ragnarok.
Nice.
Already, wow.
So mine, this will surprise you both. So I've logged 28 hours. This is 4% of my annual playtime. It's Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. How?
I need to get back into that series.
I've still not completed it yet.
It's still not complete. Well, this is going to be funny. So my number 4, at 7% total playtime, logged 90 hours under it, is Yakuza 0.
Yay. Great game.
90 hours. Can't believe it spent that much.
I probably spent about that time on it. Yeah. Good game. You don't get sucked into it, don't you?
Oh, easy. Like, I want you to try and do everything there. So, like, all the business management.
Yeah, that's the it's the business management stuff.
Yeah, the mini. The cabarets as well. That took so long.
Yeah. Number 3, with 85 hours logged, which is 9% of my annual playtime. It's Horizon Forbidden West.
Very nice. Tell you spend more time on it.
Didn't get the platinum for that one though.
Quite guttering that for how much time you put into it, but
Yep.
anyhow. My number 3, with 76 hours logged, 11% of my playtime, it's Fortnite.
Oh dear. You've let me down there, Nathan.
To be honest, though, I think Lisa probably logged like most of that, trying to get me through the battle.
Sure.
Pass,
Don't blame Lisa on this one. Right, so my number 3 at 10% total playtime, 114 hours logged. I'm quite surprised at this, actually. It's FIFA 22.
Oh.
And I'm going to assume at least 110 of those hours was clubs. So, wow, I didn't realize we played so much FIFA.
Yeah. Speaking of which, number 2 for me, with 113 hours logged, 13%, it's FIFA 22.
Oh,
Purely-
I spent 1 hour more than
Purely clubs.
1 hour must have been
much.
spent in the menus.
Because I've never, yeah, maybe. Because I've never
Yeah.
played, I haven't played the career role.
Oh, I think I only touched career a little bit.
The thing is, FIFA always pops up because purely that's what we play online.
Pretty
isn't it?
much,
So
yeah.
That it always ends up in there pretty high.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's number 2.
My number 2, with 113 hours and 17% of my playtime. It's FIFA 23.
113 already on FIFA 23.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I bet you can't guess what my number one is, but we'll get
Your
there.
number one is going to like outshine my number one at hours base.
I should bloody hope so as well.
I'll be shocked if you don't have more hours. So, yeah, my number 2, which is actually tied with number 3 at 114 hours. Logged, 10% playtime, and Mark will not be impressed with this. It's Fortnite.
Oh, what are
Be
you
like
doing to me,
Fortnite.
lads? What are you doing to me?
I spent a lot of hours on Fortnite this year.
Oh dear. Right, number ones then.
Ooh.
Mark's number 1.
So
Fortnite.
So with 151 hours logged, which is a total annual playtime of 17%, it's Cyberpunk 2077.
Wow, 100. Fair play. That's a lot of hours.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie numbers, that, Mark. Get yourself ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Right. So
Maybe I
my
should
number
go.
1, with 53% of my annual playtime and a staggering 352 hours,
Oh dear.
it's FIFA 22.
Jesus Christ.
Why do we even get you
Those are
involved in
rookie
this? We always know what yours is going to be. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, as much as that's not a surprise for Nathan, mine will probably not even be a surprise as well. So my number 1,
I could probably guess, but go on.
my number 1, at 186 hours logged, which equaled 16% of my total playtime, is Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. I'm not surprised at that. I did enjoy Vanguard, to be fair to it. It's
Yeah, Vanguard got a lot of stick, but I didn't think it was a bad game.
yeah, I don't know why it gets lost. I think it did introduce some really good stuff to it. Like I did like the what is it? Well, they introduced it varied between game on like the amount of players that it could be in. So you could be in a 6v6, next you could end up being like a 16v16.
Yeah,
I liked that. I thought that was a nice addition that Modern Warfare 2 is just thrown completely out the window. No war mode though. I'm still disappointed. I was thinking. Yeah. I really thought we've been Sledgehammer games. They might reintroduce that back into it. We've been another Modern Warfare, another World War II game. But
yeah, that was a disappointment with that one. I think that might have been one of the reasons why I didn't have so much game time as they did World War II.
Yeah,
because World War II I was really into.
Yeah, that's still my favorite game mode out of any Call of Duty. Activision, if you're listening.
Okay, shall we move on to your favorite genre of 2022?
Yeah.
Apparently. So
this is going to be obvious for me.
Well, this one's a bit of a surprise to me, but actually no. Actually, come to think of it, it kind of makes sense. But no, my favorite genre apparently was a first-person shooter.
Yeah, it makes sense. Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And all the other
I think that explains it, doesn't it? Yeah.
How many hours logged?
Hours logged is 239.
Games played?
9. I can't think of 9 first-person shooters that I've played in the year anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a difficult one.
Cyberpunk, it's got to be Call of Duty in there, probably Vanguard and
Modern
Warfare 2. So that's 3.
Maybe other CODs that we might have played throughout the year as well. World War 2.
I don't think I played that this year.
I'm sure we've played Prop Hunt at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure we played a little bit, at least. Oh well, actually,
I've not played Prop Hunt in ages.
I played Prop Hunt in
Red Dead 2.
Cold.
Would that be classed as?
It's not first person shooter, is it?
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to think of a first person. Far Cry.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's a shout. Yeah, that's definitely one. I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
What about trophies?
Trophies earned 75 in the first person shooters.
Yours, Nathan?
So for me, it's sports.
Shock.
It's not even sports. It should just be football.
FIFA. So hours played 468. Games played 4 and 12 trophies earned.
Only 12? Wow, for the amount of hours, well, it's all career.
Because I play career, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then a bit of pro clubs with you guys.
4.
Yeah.
It must be counting the last gen versions, maybe.
Well,
Because
it's
you
sport.
have only done.
Yeah, but it doesn't include. It's not just FIFA. You played any other sports games?
What? So we got the 2 FIFAs.
Riders Republic, I played that. Could you class that as well?
Yeah, you could probably class that as a sports game.
And then
Any
one
other
more.
racing games? Maybe.
Oh, I played
races.
that Hot Wheels racing.
Ah.
Because that were on PS Plus recently, so it could have been that one.
Unless they put racing in their own genre, perhaps.
Maybe.
Right, well, mine won't be much of a surprise that my favourite genre was first-person shooter also.
Yep.
Hours logged 427. So you got me there, beat there, Nathan. I played 10 games, which again, now I'm struggling to try and think. Okay, so where we're at, 2 CODs, Cyberpunk, I didn't play any of the Far Cry's, Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
Could class Resident Evil Village, maybe?
Maybe. I wonder if they class in like Warzone separately or something. Maybe.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah, because it could do war. Yeah. Yeah, because I think Warzone is technically classed as the original Modern Warfare. Maybe that as well. Yeah. Anyway, I can't think of what it is. I earned 78 trophies.
Ooh,
None of which was probably platinum.
Then we got some more global community statistics. I can never say that word. Statistics. Stats. That's what we'll say.
Some stats.
So these are for God of War Ragnarok. So apparently there's been 850 million rage mode activations, 599 million chest punch.
I like that.
6 billion enemies killed, and 5 billion axe throwers. One of the best features of the game.
Seems legit.
That seems about $1 billion then that's missing. Probably just the blades at that point.
Okay, this is where the real showing off gets to happen. Trophies. In 2022, I earned 564 trophies. Somehow. I don't remember getting that many. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm feeling emasculated right now. So I earned a total of 214 new trophies.
For the amount of hours that I've played as well over against both of you, I only got 381. How did you get so many trophies?
I don't know, to be honest.
Jesus Christ.
I like the breakdown.
Do you want to start from
bronze?
I'll show the Okay, all right. So my bronze is 382, which was 68%. 68% of my trophies.
For me, for bronze, I got 180, and that was 84% of my trophies.
Not bad, not bad. I got 300 bronze, perfect number, which equated to 79% of my trophies.
Okay,
silvers. I got 133, which is 24%.
Jesus.
I got 23 silvers, and that's 11%.
I got 66 silvers, which was 17%.
Golds. I got 47, which is 8%.
Oh.
I got 5. Sorry, I didn't get 5. I got 10, which were 5%.
That's not bad. I only ended up getting 13 gold, which is 3%.
And then the big one, the platinums, I got 2, which for some reason says 0%. So I don't know. It must be a point something. I don't know.
I got 1 platinum.
Hey.
And that's also 0%.
I got 2 as well.
Ooh.
2 platinums this year, which equated to 1%.
Okay, so my platinums were Stray and God of War Ragnarok. Go on, Heath.
Mine was. My name is Mayo too.
Yay.
Wonderfully
Can you remember what yours were, Matt?
Mine? I'm trying to think. I wish it would tell you. I have absolutely no idea what mine was.
Fair enough.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm trying to think.
Okay, this next one, this major trophy milestones bit's completely stumped me.
I like it.
I'll tell you why it stumped me when I tell you why.
Okay.
So it tells you your first trophy and your last trophy, doesn't it? For the year. Apparently, my first trophy of the year somehow was called Sparkly Clean on FIFA 09.
Oh no! If you look at the date.
No. It's your very first trophy that you've got.
Yeah.
It's not the first trophy of the year. It's your like first trophy.
So
you
why
got
does
on
it?
PlayStation.
So why does it say 2022 major trophy milestones then?
I do not know.
So it's mistitled, basically.
Basically.
It says here are some of the key trophy highlights from this year. So that's completely wrong. They've
It's
messed
your
up.
first ever trophy on PlayStation.
But they've messed up there because it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my first trophy is of the year. What does yours say?
Mine says Vault 101 Citizenship Award from Fallout 3. And I got that one on the 10th of June 2010.
So this is all completely wrong. Right, this is all redundant then. Go on then, Matt, what was yours?
So my very first trophy was called First Treasure in Uncharted 2 Among Thieves Game of the Year edition in the 21st of July 2013. Oh, I've not even had PlayStation for 10 years. And then my latest trophy was called Unrivaled Aptitude on Sonic Frontiers.
Now I know this isn't my latest trophy. Well, this one. Because I got another trophy last night, and this was definitely before that one. But this was just a simple game called Blackjack. It's just win 10,000 quid on Blackjack. That's it. That was apparently my latest trophy.
And mine, air quotes, latest trophy was The Dream Begins from Lawnmower Simulator.
Nice. Sorry, what did you say yours, Matt? What was it?
Oh, sorry, latest trophy. Unrivaled Aptitude from Sonic Frontiers.
And then we got more community stats, this time for Gran Turismo 7. 13 billion miles driven, 1 million liveries. I always say liveries. 1 million liveries created, 212 million cars collected, and 369 million online races completed.
Nice.
How many games did we download from PS Plus? Or add to our libraries?
I think this is like an obscure one because it's all based on like, okay, what did you have access to, not what did you actually download or play, sort of thing. Because I imagine our numbers are going to be quite similar.
Well, you at least had to add it to your basket and, in air quotes, purchase it.
True.
Okay, so now we just have our PlayStation Plus statistics. So apparently it says in 2022, PS Plus granted access to 768 games with an asterisk. I don't know what asterisk is supposed to stand for. But it says your time with PS Plus in 2022. So I imagine these are going to be different for us. I spent 84 hours playing online multiplayer games with the PS Plus.
I spent 81 hours.
I spent 97.
Monthly PS Plus games added to your library in 2022, 25.
I had 35.
That's why I missed something.
Oh, I missed some as well because I got 28.
Ah.
What did I miss? Unless it's like there might be ones that I've like already bought that I want to.
Oh yes, that might be the same one.
Yeah.
Because that did happen a few times this year for me.
Same for me as well.
Annoyingly, it's like, oh, it's on a deal. I'll buy that. 2 months later, it's on PS Plus.
Damn it.
And your top online multiplayer game for 2022, FIFA 22.
Yeah, FIFA 22.
No, it's Call of Duty Vanguard. Obviously.
And I think that's it for our stats, isn't it?
It is.
Although it does finish with one community
activity.
activity.
With some, like, what the top monthly games were, weren't they? So I think you had, well, we start from bottom. I think number 5 is Tony Hawk Pro Scale 1 and 2.
Yep. Although the servers have gone down for that. Fix that, please. I want to go back on that. They've been down for about a month.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Never noticed. Cheers, Activision.
So you can't play online right now. That's infuriated me.
Number 4 is Team Sonic Racing. Number 3, Dirt 5. Number 2, EA Sports UFC 4. Number 1, unsurprisingly, is FIFA 22.
And then we just finish with the community numbers for Stray.
Yeah, this is the funniest one of the lot.
Yeah. So there'll be 1 billion meows. 12 million things ruined. 635,000 basketballs sunk. And 814,000 miles travelled in buckets.
It's amazing how they can calculate that stuff. It's definitely the bucket stuff.
Yeah. Because they're not massively long, the bucket bits, are they?
No.
Just get off, just go back to the top and then just keep going down. Maybe that's what people were doing, I don't know. But there you go, that is our PlayStation numbers. Woohoo. I don't know who won overall.
Probably Matt. Yeah.
I'm just trying to look. I'm still trying to look for like Platinum's actually Borderlands. Borderlands.
Oh yes.
And Translation might be in Jedi Fallen Order as well, because I remember Platinum there.
Right. Very good.
Well, that was my last two. Anyway, so.
Should we move on to any other news?
Yep, let's do it.
Anything anybody wants to talk about?
Well, we did recently get a launch window for Spider-Man 2, which is quite exciting.
We did, didn't we?
Yes.
So this was corroborated by a few different sources. So it started off with a posting on the PlayStation Store page, aired briefly. So we got a bit of information there. And then an artist that was working on the game listed a window on their personal website. And eventually, Sony caved and basically confirmed that the sequel to Spider-Man would finally be here in autumn 2023, so next year. As long as it all goes to plan, we're going to have it in less than a year, which is good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be good. I mean, first one and Miles Morales were excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure that's probably one of your most look forward to games of the year, Matt.
Yep. Just give me that first game trailer. That's all I want.
Yeah, be nice to see a bit of gameplay.
I'm just glad it's not in February, March time.
Thank
you.
We've got enough.
Oh, it's too much. Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't make me have to choose between that and Resident Evil 4.
I choose when you could have them both, mate.
Should we talk about Amazon Games?
Oh yeah.
Because they have now signed a deal with Crystal Dynamics, and they're going to do the next major entry in the Tomb Raider franchise.
Yeah, this was quite interesting when this came out. Yeah.
But it'll still be a single-player narrative-driven game, so that's a good thing. Crystal Dynamics, they did well with it. I think it's safe to say the last 3 games were great.
Yeah, they totally
For the most part.
revitalised the franchise. I thought they were all good.
Not quite sure what the point of this deal is, but I guess it's
it
there
doesn't
for a
really
reason.
say.
Well,
yeah. Because is it that they're going to be putting the game on Luna, which is like Amazon's gaming thing?
No.
Maybe.
Well,
who knows?
they could do, but it'd be silly to keep it just there.
Oh no! Oh yeah, it'd be a
like
massive
Tomb Raider's
failure if that's
not
the
that
case.
big of a franchise for me to throw my PS5 away and get Luna.
Yeah.
Good though. It could potentially fuel a series for them as well, maybe if Amazon wanted to do that.
Yeah, because I've not played the third one yet though, so I don't really know how this trilogy ends, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it going to be a continuation of it in some form, or is it going to be another reboot of sorts? I don't know.
I could see him doing a continuation. I think I only got part way through it. I need to get back to it.
Yeah, I need to finish it off. Yeah, I'll need to finish the trilogy off. Yeah, there's no point just doing the first 2 and then leaving it there.
Yeah, I imagine it will be a continuation because they've talked about using Unreal Engine 5, so you've got to think it's going to be a similar ilk to what they've been doing. But it's interesting to see what they actually do with it and how it's released.
Well, that's not the only thing Amazon has been up to. We're going back into the whole film and TV thing. More announcements. Everything's getting made into a TV and a film now. Okay, so we may have already known, but there's going to be a God of War series on Amazon. But it's been announced that Rafe Judkins will be the showrunner, and he did the Wheel of Time series, which I have to say has taken a real hammering online. So, so a lot of people aren't too keen on this one. But Corey Barlog, who directed the 2018 God of War game, he's on board as a co-exec producer. So hopefully it might go in a good direction. But,
well, I think they're looking to base it off the 2018 game, aren't they? They're not.
Yeah, probably.
They're not going to start all the way from the actual beginning.
Oh no, yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, it sort of makes sense.
I actually saw a few people weren't too happy about that. Actually, they wanted to do it from
the classic.
Yeah, the classic God of War.
I don't know if it gets much reach though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
True. I think God of War really blew up in popularity thanks to the 2018 one.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see them, like do flashback stuff to it, which would be nice, not to obviously the classic games.
Yeah. Because I mean, in the new games, there are references obviously to the past.
Oh, yeah.
So
Obviously, like the blades and stuff.
yes, it might come in some shape or form throughout the series. But Sonny Suljic says he wants to be involved in it.
Yeah, I did hear that, but he said he might be a bit too old for the role now.
Yeah, I can't
I think
see
he would be.
unless you play someone completely different.
Could be.
Be like Troy Baker and Ashley?
yeah. But
that'd be interesting.
I can't see him playing Atreus.
Who would you have playing Kratos? The Rock. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Rock.
No.
No. Actually.
Big Show. No, I don't.
The Big Show.
Oh God.
John Cena.
No.
John Cena might not actually be a bad. Well, let's say that.
What would he look like? Bald? I don't know.
Actually,
I don't know. He's
Triple
been
H.
pretty close.
Triple H should do it.
I was thinking Batista.
Are we just going to name wrestlers?
We're just going
to choose wrestlers.
They're the
closest, aren't they? They're the
ones
closest to
that
massive beefy.
Yeah.
I just think Triple H might not be a bad shout. He's already got the beard going.
He looks pretty good. Yeah, I think he's got that physique, that look, bald head, beard.
As long as he doesn't bring his free energy.
I was going to say I don't really know what his acting capabilities are. So
don't watch Blade 3. Or do if you have.
No, I'm not sure about that one to be honest, but we'll see. But what another one that's been announced that I'm quite interested in is that I played the second game of this when I was younger. That's going to be a Toe Jam and Earl film. Have you guys ever played Toe Jam and Earl?
I have. It's very out there.
Yeah, it is. It is out there.
It's the best I can.
Yeah, so that's going to be made by Amazon as well, with Unanimous Media and Story Kitchen.
It must be animated.
Oh, it's got to be.
I presume so. I doubt it's going to be a live action alien. Who knows?
I mean,
I don't.
We did have to take some Pikachu, so.
Well, yeah. Well, who knows?
I don't understand why they're doing it.
I don't think what the actual story of it is though, because I remember playing the game years ago, and it was still so weird and what you had to do. You had to collect stuff to open a door to get to the next level.
Yes, basically, I think it was their love of funk was being lost from their planet or something. They love music and all that, and I can't quite remember.
It'd be perfect for the craze of Rick and Morty, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, just
it'd be that kind of cute.
Well, High on Life has just come out with mixed reviews.
Yeah. Very mixed reviews.
Yeah,
I expected that too.
Yeah, it's one of those that if it's not your kind of humor, then it's gonna absolutely grate on you.
Yeah, I'd love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I quite like because I played the second Toe Jam and Earl game way younger, which was
I remember playing the first one.
Panic on Funkatron. And I always remember it because I don't know why I specifically always remember this, but I remember there was a quest in it where you had to find a chocolate covered pickle for somebody. It was very odd, but I just remember that. But then one other thing's been announced. A film of Death Stranding is coming. So Kojima Productions will partner with Hammerstone Studios for this. That's just going to be a whole lot of weirdness.
That's
but I'm going to say, isn't the game already
exactly?
Film?
This is the thing. It's unless it's going to be a separate story in that world. I presume it must be because I doubt it's going to be Norman and all that.
Oh no, it would definitely be Norman. You
think so? I think it'll be a complete.
Kojima would love this. He wouldn't want to skip on.
He wants to intertwine them.
Yeah.
Story wise, maybe this is the scrap story he did.
Ooh.
He's going to put it into the film.
That'd be good.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense because the Walking Dead's just finished, hasn't it? So Norman might have got a bit of time to put into this.
Oh no, and they're some sort of spin-off future series that they've announced now.
Probably.
Something called Dead World.
Another one. Didn't they already have a spin-off of it?
Yeah, they had Fear the Walking Dead.
We don't
need more spin-offs. Just end it. Just stop it.
Well, it has ended. Now we need a sequel.
No, we don't need another one.
Yeah, we do.
We need nothing more. End that world.
Could you imagine if we got a Death Stranding film before Metal Gear Solid? What's happened to that film? I thought Kojima was doing stuff with that as well.
I know it's I forgot the director's name now, but it was the guy who did Kong Skull Island. I know he's the one.
Peter Jackson, were it?
No,
not the
that's
King
just
Kong,
that's just Kong.
Oh.
Yeah.
but Skull Island from about 2015-ish. I don't know, it might be later than that.
Oscar Isaac still talks about it as well, doesn't he? He still brings it up.
Yeah,
every now.
so he's signed on to be Snake, which is interesting. I don't mind him as Snake. I think that'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it just seems
in Star Wars.
it just seems to have been dragging on this.
It has,
film,
hasn't it? Like,
I'm sure that'll come around one day.
well, Metacritic. Metacritic. Yeah, let's do that again. Metacritic has recently come out and revealed the top 10 worst reviewed games of 2022.
We love this.
So I thought I'd get this because we always seem to love the
Top
worst
10
ones
worst.
rather than the best.
I'm trying to think of the bad games that have come out this year.
There's loads, yeah. So they said in the criteria
guess?
that it's you can do. So the criteria is games that have been released for any platform between January the 1st, 2022 and December 31st. However, games with fewer than 7 reviews from professional outlets have been excluded.
All these people are like random games we've never heard of.
There is some random ones I've not heard of, but there is some. Well, there's a couple we may have heard of before.
I've asked to guess. I can't think of any actually.
Guess, so I can't.
I can't think of.
Right, so I'll start from.
Well, I thought The Last of Us Part 1, because when that came out, that was getting review bombed, but I think it kind of equalised out eventually.
I don't think this is based on user reviews. Otherwise, yes, you'd probably be like.
Oh, right.
You're probably correct. Yeah. No, this is like professional.
Never trust the public.
So I'll go from 10 downwards. So at number 10, with a score of 52, is Blade Runner Enhanced Edition.
Oh, I did hear that got a bit of a kick.
So yeah, because I think
that's a game I've always wanted to play, right? That Blade Runner point and click adventure. Because back in the day, that was like one of the big games. People loved that game. It was like was it late 90s or something?
Probably.
And I always wanted to play that, and then I heard about this enhanced edition being made. So I'm like, okay, I'll hold off. And then it came out, and then everyone just slammed it. I'm just like, okay, I guess I just have to search out for the original version.
Graphics lost the atmosphere of the game or something like that. They did it in a way that it just didn't look the same.
But apparently, they started giving away the original version.
I did. I heard about
on
this,
Steam. If you purchase the enhanced, so I've just done that. I'm just going to play the original.
That is the point.
But yeah, that's like one of those games in my entire history of gaming that I've always wanted to play and just for whatever reason just never done it.
Not got around to it. Well, there's your New Year's resolution for next year.
Yep, there we go.
So
it's not going to happen, but too many other things to play. But okay, go on then, carry on.
Yep, moving on. Number 9 with a score of also 52 is Kamiwaza Way of the Thief.
What?
Or Kamiwaza, sorry, I should say.
Kamiwaza Way of the Thief.
Yeah, apparently it's on the PS4.
It sounds like it'd be rubbish as well.
I've got no clue what this is. We'll move on that one. At number 8, we have, with a score of 51, The Waylanders on PC. Again, another one I've not heard of. So, unfortunately, a lot of these are going to be just random things that are just. Yeah. Number 7, with a score of 50, is The Last Oroku. I could have said that wrong.
Oroku.
This was reviewed on Xbox Series X. And number 6, with a score of 49, is Zorro: The Chronicles. Which sounds a bit disappointing. You'd think a Zorro would be kind of cool. Apparently. It was on the PS5. Yeah. Number 5, with a score of 46, is Ark of Alchemist. Which sounds like an anime game. It was reviewed on Switch. At number 4, with a score of 43, is Xel. Xel. Another game on the Switch. Again, sounds
like XL?
Anime.
That would kind of make sense.
Could be. XEL. XL. So, yeah. Xel, XL. Something
Pure guess, though.
One that I'm not surprised to see here, and maybe you'd like if you can try and throw a guess, because you might have heard of it.
What number are we on?
Number 3.
Is it a big game? Is it a popular game?
It was
Or what genre is it?
It was a third-person hack and slash live service game.
Oh, the one that closed down.
Outriders, Landers.
No.
The one with the service closed down. Babylon
Service
Falls.
closed down within.
Is it Babylon? Babylon Fall.
Babylon, yeah.
Well, with a score of 41, it is Babylon's Fall.
Hey.
So surprisingly, there's 2 games worse than that.
Right. This should be interesting.
Which could be funny. Yep, so at number 2 with a score of 38 is Crossfire X.
Oh, the first person shooter that everyone hyped up as being like a COD killer. Then it just failed miserably.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Also had a campaign created by Remedy.
Oh, did it?
Mm.
Oh, blimey.
Unfortunately.
What happened there then?
I don't know. Apparently it wasn't the worst part of the game. So.
Oh, well, I guess that's something, isn't it?
Although I think it is the most played game as well. Like, it's really popular in Asia, if I recall. And our worst game of the year, at number 1.
Are we able to guess this, or is it too obscure?
It might be a bit obscure. You could have heard of it. It kind of passed me by.
What genre is it?
What genre is it? How do I?
Well, you don't know that.
I think it might have been third person. I'm not sure. Was it first? No, it could be first person. I think it's sort of like a horror/gore game.
Horror/gore game?
Well, I was going to go for Barbie's Horse Riding Simulator, but I'm guessing that's not that one.
No, that was at least 55.
Chopping the horse's head off. Like Godfather. I don't know. Put us out of misery.
I'll put out of misery. So it got a score of 30. It is Postal 4.
Oh,
no
Postal.
regrets. That's how it's spelled. It's no regrets.
Okay.
The score
Postal.
30.
Postal. That's not a series I've heard for quite a while.
No, I'm sure I heard that the series is like terrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, they still
did 4
somehow make games for it.
You seen the Postal film? There's a film of Postal. That's as bad as you even think it is. It's atrocious. It's infamously made by Uwe Boll.
Oh god.
Yeah. So that says.
I always seem to get Postal mixed up with Manhunt. I don't know why, because I feel like they have that like kind of similar vibe, but one's actually made well.
I guess. Yeah.
So Postal's just a bit zanier, I think. Manhunt's a bit more
psychotic.
gritty. Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the top 10 worst reviewed games of 2022.
Well, that's just really filled my Christmas list up, Matt. So, yeah.
Stocking fillers. Shall I finish with news that make you go, what?
What?
Exactly.
What?
So, this is taken from Eurogamer. A lost Michael Jackson video game built for Sega World Amusement Parks has been salvaged from a UK car boot sale. So Jackson appeared in Sega's Scramble training, giving a voiceover to the motion simulator arcade game that was released in March 1993, built on Sega's Advanced Simulator 1 pod. However, following allegations subsequently aimed at the singer, all references to Jackson were later entirely removed. And earlier this year, however, a digital tape titled Sega AS1 Michael Jackson version was discovered at a car boot sale in the UK. As Games Radar and Forbes report, it was being sold by someone selling items owned by a departed relative who happened to be a former employee of Sega Amusements Europe. It turns out the tape contained full recordings of Scramble training footage, complete with English voiceover from Jackson and dubbed into Japanese. While the game itself remains unavailable, the tapes, featuring Commander Jackson, had now been uploaded to YouTube. So you can actually go and watch them, if you so wish. They're not very exciting. And you can clearly see him like reading off a teleprompter. It's like his eyes are like...
No, he's just wired, that's all.
Maybe. But there you go.
Interesting.
Random stuff found at UK car boot sales. You always find the most interesting things at UK car boot sales, I think.
Oh, of course you do.
Yeah. Always some hidden gems in there.
I always like it when a piece of history gets saved.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. But the game's nobody still knows where the actual game is, though. It's just this. I don't know. Anyway.
You never know. There's always another car boot.
Yep. Should we move on to what we're currently playing then?
Yeah?
Yeah, go
on. Shall I start?
Yeah, go on. To the honours, Mark.
Okay, so actually, well, the initial plan at the moment was because recently we had the Witcher 3 upgrade, didn't we? Last Wednesday, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then I was going to say my entire plan was that was going to be my Christmas game. And then I realised, oh yeah, I've still got another CD Projekt Red open world game that I've still not completed yet, so I might as well just carry on with that. So I carried on with Cyberpunk, obviously, as the hours show on my stats we did earlier. Still not completed it. Still seeing a few more bugs in there. It's like I saw there was this little kid, because around the city sometimes you see little kids walking around, don't you? And there was a little kid, and he walked towards some steps. So basically it was like steps, flat area, steps, flat area. Like that. And the kid walked up to the steps, and then as he got to the steps, he just went into the T-pose, and then slid up the stairs, and then walked on the flat bit, and then slid up the next flight in the stairs as well, in the T-pose. Very odd. But now I'm pushing through really with the story on Cyberpunk now. Because I did spend a lot of time doing like side stuff and things like that. I'm just plowing on with the story now. Still not finished it, so hopefully by the next pod I might have done it all. But yeah, I've still got a long way to go. Even though I've got like, what was it, 151 hours, was it, or something?
Something ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'm fairly sure I'm going to be pushing at least 200 come the end of it, but we shall see with that. But I played one other game, and that is one called South of the Circle.
Ooh.
So this is a narrative-driven, emotional tale of a man named Peter, whose plane crashes in the Antarctic, and he becomes stranded there along with the injured pilot. And noticing that there's a beacon from a research facility nearby, he sets off on foot to search for help there. But upon getting there, he learns that there's a deeper mystery that begins to unravel, basically, and he has to proceed on a long and arduous journey for survival. Now, during this trek, the game continuously jumps back in time, and you experience various flashbacks of Peter's life throughout the whole journey. So we learn that he is an academic at Cambridge University, and he's currently attempting to write a scientific paper on climatology. And while he's there, he meets a fellow academic called Clara, and they begin having a relationship. Now, all this is set during the backdrop of the Cold War, so like the 1960s. And the international political tension runs throughout the story in the background. And so the game itself has a rather unique, drawn art style. And it's got a very simplistic control scheme. So the vast majority of the game is you making dialogue choices based off of your emotions. So you have 5 emotional responses that you can use during your dialogue with people. So you have panic, which is confusion and concern. You got caring, so you when you be open and honest. Forthright, which is strong and assertive. Enthusiastic, so that's showing interest and curiosity. And negativity, so that's shyness and being downcast. And most conversations in the game will be a variation of 2 or 3 of these emotions that you can react with. And these choices obviously reflect how people react to you based on what you say, or in what manner you respond to them, specifically with your relationship with Clara. Throughout, there are also a number of key choices that you make, which factor in towards the end somewhat. But what I did like is that the end is open to interpretation, so it does leave itself open in that way. And some people will probably hate that kind of thing, but I don't mind it. But it is quite an emotional driven game, and it has the themes of love and survival. They're kind of the key themes along the way. There is another one, but that's to mention what that would be potential spoiler. But it really did pull me in, to be honest. And it wanted it as we were going along with it. I just kept wanting to push on with it.
Okay.
So I actually completed it in a single session. and it took about 3.5 hours, something like that.
Hmm.
And it certainly isn't as emotional distressing as, say, something like The Last of Us or whatever. But after finishing it, it did provoke quite a bit of self-reflection, I think, I found. So it did end up making me think about choices that maybe I've made throughout my life. Perhaps like how I could have maybe interacted differently with people and how things might have been different if I'd done so, particularly with people I care about. So I think it was quite affecting that. But for a short story like that to elicit that sort of reaction, I think it's a pretty powerful thing. And I just think it's these random experiences that you might find on a whim. These random games. And I think that's probably why we end up loving gaming, really, isn't it? It's like you can come across these random things and they just hit you for whatever reason. But no, it's a thumbs up for me. I liked it. It's probably not going to be something for everyone because it's not like an action-packed game. It's all about thought and love and relationships and that kind of thing. But no, it's a nice art style, well written. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So that's called South of the Circle. But that's all I've been playing. So Matthew, what you played?
Myself, just a couple of games that I was spoken about before, and then the one new game since sort of coming back to the UK. I've gone some time to be able to play some games now. So one obvious one I'll talk about is Modern Warfare 2. They did drop a mid-season update, as they like to now, so Season 1 reloaded. They've got your favourite map in now, Shipment.
I did see this. I've not jumped into it yet, but I did see that.
Oh, I'm surprised it's not jumped yet. I've had a couple of games on it.
So is it set... So I know we're talking about Shipment here, but is it set on a ship? Is it?
Yes, this time around it's actually
so they've done it properly this time. Right.
Yes, properly this time. It feels they've gone back to how it felt on Modern Warfare. So you know how they opened up a couple more containers, so now you can sort of go through them from side to side. It's not just you kind of locked in the, I suppose, corners and stuff.
Yeah.
They have removed the verticality of it that I think Vanguard introduced.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, I'm quite happy about that. So it's annoying enough that you have to sort of look down kind of lanes and stuff. Then you've got these, enemy players popping up above you as well.
Yeah.
That was getting
in that sort of environment, you want all the carnage to be on the ground.
Yeah. The few games that I've played, everyone loves the Joker rocket launcher. Do you know the one where you lock on and it shoots up, and then it'll eventually come down? People love doing that, so I just joined in with the misery basically.
Gosh, you did.
Yeah, got the camo unlocked for it, so
nice.
That was great. So now I've got to get 2 kills without dying 10 times to get the gold camo for it.
So they're bringing any festive stuff into this? Because I've just not played it. So they had was it Krampus?
Yeah.
Is he coming into it or anything? Because I remember he came around in Shipment last year. Last year?
Yeah, he did for Vanguard. They made it so like they had this essentially NPC that would come in and just ruin your day basically. There's nothing of that as such yet. They've introduced like something like that, but like a player skin basically.
Right.
And then there was one other new mode that they've introduced because of the World Cup, which was their take on Rocket League, I'll say. It's not brilliant, if I'm honest. Basically, it's 3v3, and you're on, I suppose, ATVs, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. All-terrain vehicles, I should say.
Yeah.
Or Doom buggies is the best I could say that as well. And you have to drive and hit the ball, and the controls aren't that great. And you've got boost, which charges up throughout the match that you can use to hit the ball harder, or you can demo other players. And then you can also pick up these shock sticks that you can throw at players to sort of basically stop them for a few seconds. And that was about it. I had one game of it. The enemy team were not coordinated at all, so we won 5-0 quite easily. I got one goal, but yeah, it's no Rocket League. I'll say that. Rocket League feels fun. This just feels like a chore, unfortunately.
Feels like a knockoff version.
Yeah, I've still not played Warzone 2.0 or DMZ yet. I do need to get around it. I think it's just because I've not got other players that play it. That I don't want to play with random people to go through it. Like I actually want to try and coordinate somehow. They have introduced solos, the battle royale version, which maybe I'll touch at some point. But for now, I'll just normal multiplayer, going through shipment, and that's it on that one. The other game that I've been continuing to play has been Sonic Frontiers. I have completed this. I've finished the story. I do think overall I've enjoyed my time with it. The gameplay wise is pretty solid, I will say. For a Sonic game, I do think gameplay at least has been pretty fun. I've enjoyed going around the 5 islands that they've got, collecting items, doing all the fun platform inside of it. That's been good. Cyberspace maps are still. I don't know why Sonic feels different from being in cyberspace levels and then being into like the open area stuff. It just feels a little weighty. Like you would expect.
Is this a change of gravity?
Perhaps. Maybe there's some explanation into why it feels different in these compared to being on the islands, but they were fine. I enjoyed the story. I thought the story was pretty well told. They add new lore to Sonic, also to like basically like explain kind of why the Chaos Emeralds are as they are. They involve this like ancient race that look quite similar to a particular character in Sonic Adventure. I'll not say too much on if people don't want to be spoiled by it.
Is it Chaos?
It's Chaos.
Spoilers.
Nathan decides to throw it straight in. And the boss fights have been like the best bit of it, really. I've really enjoyed boss fights. I think there's some of the better ones in the series, especially if you play as like Supersonic. Because like normally if you go Supersonic in any other game, you pretty much just make sure you collect rings and then dash at enemy, basically. Whereas this, like, because you've got a combat system now, it feels like you can do different stuff with it, and boss fights are pretty cool going against these like gigantic titans. Really enjoyed my time with it. Plus, again, I mentioned earlier with the music, I suppose heavy metal that gets played into these is like absolutely my jam. So absolutely loved them. So yeah, enjoyed my time with it. So much so that if the wrap up was done today, I would probably be showing 3 platinums instead of 2.
Ooh.
So I got Sonic Frontiers platinumed. There is some stuff that is tedious about it, like the fishing in the game is a bit of a cheat.
There's always fishing.
It's easy, like it's quite simple in that. But
I'm just waiting for the farming bit.
Yeah.
No, they did introduce Monster Hunter stuff to it, but I think that's just cosmetic only. But really, you could do the fishing stuff, and you could probably skip a lot of the like cyberspace stuff, because like you do the fishing, and whatever you pull out, you get like tokens which they can use to buy like the like power up stuff. So like collecting all the cocos for upgrading your speed and rings, you could get through fishing. Upgrading your attack and defense with these like fruit stuff, you could get through fishing if you wanted to. The only like external stuff that you couldn't get is these like logs that Eggman does, or Dr. Robotnik, of his time in like the cyberspace stuff and like what he's found about the race and stuff. It's actually quite interesting backstory to like how, funnily enough, he has respect for Sonic even though he hates him, which which is quite interesting. And it's all voiced, and you get like backstory over the new girl character as well, Sage, who you find is like kind of like a cyborg that Robotnik creates, but is like somehow also linked to the islands and stuff. So that was interesting. But I really enjoyed it. I think if they use this template as like for the next game, but just polish everything, make sure everything doesn't pop in so badly, then I think it'd be pretty cool.
So where would you put it in the echelon of Sonic history?
Echelon of Sonic history. Ooh.
Is it high?
I would say it's pretty high. I never really thought like what's my top Sonic game? Probably maybe Sonic Generations. I would say it's probably for 3D games. I think Sonic Generations is pretty high up.
Where would you rank Sonic
Unleashed?
Adventure? I really enjoyed that one. I think I enjoyed the story of it.
I do enjoy Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. I don't know if I could go back to those games now with how they feel. Like I remember playing Sonic Adventure DX on the Xbox 360. It was either that or the PC. And yeah, control-wise, it's playable.
The cameras are strange though, aren't they?
Yeah. I think as they've got on, once they made the latest Hedgehog engine, the camera controls have gotten much better. No, I think Frontier's pretty high up there. I would say maybe Sonic Heroes might be the worst 3. No, Sonic the Hedgehog in 2006 is the worst 3D game by far. Now it's come back into memory.
Oh yeah, that's the question. Did Sonic kiss anybody in Frontiers?
No.
Okay, good.
So there's no bestiality in this one. No, I enjoyed the backstory and like how some of the characters start reflecting on like how much they feel they're like a burden to Sonic. Like Tails was quite an interesting reflection on like he feels like he needs to be better and stuff, and then Knuckles feels like he's too stuck in being this guardian for the Master and role and needs to do more to like live life and stuff. It was interesting. It's a dark story, but there's like an uplift to it. So no, I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And then the one other new game that I did get before going away but didn't get a chance to start playing until now has been Pokemon Violet. So started that adventure. Not got too far with it, but so far I like the idea of you kind of going to you're essentially new student at this school. You meet your rival pretty quickly, but she's a friendly rival. It's not like
I'm sick of these friendly rivals. It's all too nicey nowadays.
It's all too nice now. You want to go back to like the olden days of the rival hating you and stuff.
Smell you later.
I went with Frococo, I think is the little fire crocodile name.
Oh yeah.
I've already seen like the other evolutions, and I think his is easily the best for me. It looks the best anyway. So going with him and not play too much. I think I've got an hour into it. I've basically just reached the main city of Paldera. I'm enjoying it so far. I do like the little quality of life features, like the Let's Go feature of being able to throw your lead Pokemon out and then they just essentially do what they want, do the old battles. That's a nice little feature if you just want to blitz through and not have to like battle each Pokemon individually and stuff. Although I do feel like you earn XP less through the Let's Go. I've not tested that feature.
Yeah, well, I can understand why, because they want you to try and play it and grind a bit.
Yeah, just going through there. I've already hit some of the performance issues, shall we say. I got to some. I forgot where it was that I got to, but I started feeling like the FPS drop a little. I was like, this is the limitations of the Switch, I feel, maybe, or not as much time that they could have worked on it, maybe. I don't know. I'm not seeing any horrendous glitches yet.
You've not become a giant Slender Man yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, we'll see. an hour in is not much to do really. I mean, I've already got like 6 Pokemon. I've already pretty much caught every new one I've come across. I do feel like maybe the catching has gone easier. I don't know. Like I'm catching Pokemon at half health quite easily, not having to strain myself too bad. But that might be just like the beginning area, like lower levels. You can get away with just catching them at half health, whereas like the further you go on, you have to really sort of drain the health and put them to sleep or something, or get them in a stance to catch. But we'll see. I've already ran into this version's legendary Pokemon, Miraidon. Had to help him. He fell from the sky for some reason and needed healing. And then once I healed him, he's got 2 forms. So he's got like a depowered form and then this like, I suppose, powered form. Best I can describe it, but it looks pretty cool. I do like the design of the legendary Pokemon in this one. So, but I've not done too much with him. Like, I ran into one of the other like protagonists. I'm gonna assume friend, but at the moment is a bit of a dick at the moment. Who apparently owned Miraidon at one point, but couldn't control him, so he just threw him to me, and now I have Miraidon. So, weird, but
Free legendary, take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Easy game through. So, I can't use him as a proper one yet. I think I've not unlocked the features of being able to ride him as of yet, but I'm assuming it's like he'll just be your essentially HM machine for most of the game until he gets to the point where you can properly catch him. So, but no, enjoying it so far. It's good. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. How about you, Nathan?
Cool. Yeah. Well, I'll start with something that I wish we'd not played recently, and that's FIFA. Because we've been in terrible form on pro clubs. I don't know what's happened. We had a really good run where we had tons of wins, a couple of draws, and now it just seems to have all gone downhill.
I'm blaming Southgate for that night, honestly.
Yeah,
I was in no mood to play that night. I was like too angry.
You could have just said no.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I should have said, yeah, I'm not going to play tonight. Or like, can we play anything that's not going to put me into a miserable rage by the end? Should have played Borderlands, mate.
I need to finish that. I need some help on it.
I think I'm done with it.
Really? Do you know, it's really upsetting because we talked about playing it for about 2 years, and finally when we did it, it didn't last too long. But
I'm just not going to catch up now.
Of course you are. You did last time.
Can't be bothered. Unless we just start fresh with the second one.
Could do.
But
can do.
Yeah.
Anyway. All the all intertwined. You have to play the first one first. I don't know. That's a yes then.
It's not necessary, really. Like, Handsome Jack kind of goes through, like, not Handsome Jack, sorry, Marcus goes through, like, what happened in the first game in, like, the cutscene at the start of the game, so it's not necessary. You don't carry anything over for playing the first one, so.
So carry on, Nathan.
No worries. I did last weekend install The Witcher 3 on my Xbox because I was like, right, Nathan, we're going to give it another go and try and get through it. One thing I was pleasantly surprised about, though, is when I loaded it on, I'd not played it since I had my like OG Xbox One, and it brought all my save back and everything. So I've saved a few hours there, so I was really pleased with that because I've probably not played it in about 6 years, I want to say. Something like that. Is it that old?
Is it that old?
It feels like 6 years.
2 years old now. So.
Yeah, no, it could be.
Wow. Maybe.
I'm just going to quickly check now. The Witcher 3. Yeah, it came out in 2015.
15.
Yeah, so
7 years old.
Would have been about right. Yeah. Anyway, I've not actually done my next gen update yet, so I'm going to try and do that and give that another go because I think like you guys, I wanted to wait for that next gen patch to come out and then go from there. I have heard some mixed reviews about it so far though.
I've heard it's had issues on
the way
PC.
It runs.
I've heard it on PC it's having issues. Console not so much.
Yeah, I've heard like same.
Well, I'll get that done and see how I get on. I'll play it on the Series X, so hopefully it'll be good. Yeah. And then onto something that I've actually played. So recently the Forspoken demo came out. So I decided to give that a little bit of a go because when I've seen all the trailers in the past, I thought, oh, it looks interesting. But so it kind of thrusts you into the game. So you start off, you see Frey Holland, which is the protagonist, and it basically says she likes cats and a few other things about her as a person. Don't know whether that's relevant.
She likes cats.
Yeah, she likes cats. That's what I.
Has she been playing Shrek?
Yeah.
Hey, you never know. But then she gets like sucked into this wormhole, and then they basically give you kind of loads of these little cutscenes to try and like explain what's happened to her, but not very well because they basically want to try and get you right into the thick of it so that you go and buy the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, demos.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Anyway, they suck you into this world, this mythical world, and you've got all these powers, so you can control different elements. You've got these rock powers where you can make like rock shields and throw rocks at people that expand and just absolutely destroy them. You've got this like fire spear thing that you can use to like melee attack people. You've got like plant powers, so you can like grow plants to heal you, and then or like send like roots over to people. There's like tons of different powers you can get. When it starts, it's more learning the ropes, so how to traverse the world first. So, which is pretty cool actually, because you can use your powers to like use parkour to get around, and it's pretty quick. So it's quite fun. And you've also got this bracelet that for some reason's got this scientist built into it that gives you like hints and stuff. I don't know.
Ah, that's what they're talking bracelets about then.
Yeah, but he is quite witty, so he does come out with some funny things sometimes. So that was quite interesting. He'll like mock you and stuff as you do fights and stuff like, oh, for example, like, oh, you could have dodged that, and like just jabs you all the time. But I wasn't very good at it. So as you get into a battle situation, you get like a ranking for how the battle's going, and it's like from A to I don't know how far down it goes, but I keep on getting Fs and Gs.
Oh, that sounds very Devil May Cry. That does that. It's got like a ranking while you fight and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I've done a couple of boss fights as well. So there's like you go into an area and there's grunts to fight, and then sometimes there's like bosses that you can fight as well, and then off that you get chests. So there's a lot in terms of crafting and picking up supplies so you can craft. And as you level up in the game, you get access to more powerful spells and things. And there's also, you can change your clothes and just go and explore the world, really, which is quite nice. So I've spent about an hour on the demo, and I don't think I'll pick it up day one, but it's something that I will keep an eye on because it feels like a bit like a Souls game, but easy. That's what I'd say about it in terms of like the types of enemies that you get and the feel that you get around the game.
Okay, interesting.
So is it a time demo, or is it just like a certain section of the game? Do you know? What kind of demo is it?
So once you've done your tutorial bit, basically you're given 5 objectives to go and try and do. And at the end of those objectives, I think you can still traverse the world. I've not done all the objectives yet, but they just give you certain things to do that'll give you like a taster of what to expect.
Right.
So, but I mean, it's worth a go. I mean, obviously it's free. To be honest, I think the reason they brought the demo out is because they've probably not got as many pre-orders as they would have liked. So they're like, right, we've got to do something here.
To be honest, I'm not convinced by it.
Really?
It doesn't interest me in the slightest.
I like the look of it, but I don't know. It's not really done anything for me so far to kind of like stand out.
Yeah. It don't really seem to have really anything too special about it. You could like lump it in with a few other games that are similar to it, I'd say. But we'll see.
It's probably a smart move having the demo, though.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
definitely.
That's what we've not got enough of nowadays, I think. Demos.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
Do miss demos.
Yeah.
Back in the day, get the demo disc on the front of the magazines.
That's it. That was the dream. Try a few games.
Because it was like basically like every month you just felt like you were getting new games, even though you weren't actually getting new games.
Yeah.
Because when you were younger, you probably weren't playing full games all the time. Were just like, ooh,
well, that's it. You didn't have that much money, so like, unless you had a chipped console.
It's like one of those. It's like you were able to buy games with your pocket money.
Yeah.
Even though you weren't getting the full games, but you got a little taster of things.
That's it.
Lovely stuff.
I always liked the demos on Xbox, the Xbox 360. Actually, there was a ton of demos back then, and there were one for Saints Row that let you do a few missions and like traverse a certain section of the map. And I must have put about 25 hours just into that demo, just like messing around and killing people. So, but I loved Saints Row when it first came out. Love it now, actually. Anyway,
you know what? The ones that I liked were the ones you got on GameCube, because there was one way you could get like another disc that was almost like an action replay disc.
Oh yeah.
You can get certain cheats onto games. There's stuff like I think there was one for Super Mario Sunshine that gave you like infinite jumps or something like that, which I thought was quite funny.
That's cool. I miss action replays as well. I used to have one for my Game Boy, and I gave myself 99 rare candies on Pokemon.
Yep, that's what you do. That's what you do. You go do it on Pokemon.
And then blitz through the entire game and just feel really empty because it's been so easy.
And then you could get like you could get codes for like certain Pokemon to appear in grass. It's like, yeah, I'll get myself a Mew. Why not?
That's it.
Mew early game. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and then the only other game that I played just started this morning actually, on Mark's recommendation. I mean, I was going to get it anyway, but the way that Mark talks about this, I'm like, right, I've definitely got to try and pick it up now. And it's God of War Ragnarok. Absolutely stupendous so far. I'm only an hour in. But one thing that I did like is when you start it up and you go through all of the like the settings for accessibility, is when you get to the main screen, it'll give you the option to do a recap, because it's been a few years since the first game. So that was nice that it gave you the option to kind of recap the story and then you can go on from there. But yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you, Mark. I don't want to talk too much about it because I know that Matt will get it at some point and play it. But so far it's been fantastic. Still loving the Leviathan axe. Honestly, it's like riding a bike. Like, I thought to myself, oh, you're never going to be able to remember this, and you just click the buttons and it just all comes flooding back. I'm like, yeah, this is what it's all about, axing people. But yeah, it's within the first 15 minutes, there's quite an emotional bit that happens, and that was quite upsetting. And I was like, it was.
Stop talking.
Just don't like it.
Spoilers.
It's not spoilers. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but it's
Tell me there's an emotional part in verse 15. I don't want to even know that.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Don't worry about it. It's not major.
Yeah, but after the emotional bit, it comes on to like a tracking sequence where it basically makes you do certain things to kind of remember the controls or learn the controls again. So that's how the tutorial bit. And then you get into a bit of a mini boss battle after that, just to kind of recap about what you've learned. And then the story kind of continues from there. And that's as far as I've got. I think I've just got to the end of the tutorial part. And now I imagine the world's going to open up and the story's going to push on from now. But yeah, so far so good. Really loving it. And I cannot wait to play more. This is going to be the game now. Sorry, Witcher. You're on the back burner. It's all about God of War.
It's an incredible game. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing.
So there you go. That's what we're currently being playing. If you enjoyed listening to us, please consider tuning in next time. We release bi-weekly on Tuesdays. You can visit our website at jokingdolphin.com, where we post the Hall of Fame. Also, feel free to follow us on all social media platforms to continue the conversation. You can find Joking Dolphin on YouTube and Facebook, as well as on Instagram and Twitter at Joking Dolphin. Until next time, thanks for listening. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas all.
Have a nice Christmas. Bye-bye.